ladies and gentlemen. Self-worth is the foundation of how you see yourself and how you allow others to treat you. It's not something that can be given to you by external validation, nor can it be taken away by the opinions of others. Self-worth is an internal compass, a guide that defines your value and establishes the boundaries for how you interact with the world. For women, the power of self-worth is especially profound as it influences not only how they perceive themselves, but also how they navigate relationships, pursue goals, and stand firm in their beliefs. When a woman recognizes her own worth, it creates a ripple effect that transforms every aspect of her life. At its core, self-worth is about understanding your inherent value as a human being. It's not tied to your achievements, appearance, or the roles you play in others' lives. It exists because you exist. But society often teaches women to tie their worth to external factors, how they look, how they perform, or how much they give to others. This externalization of self-worth can lead to a cycle of seeking validation from outside sources, whether it's through relationships, work, or social status. The problem is when you rely on external validation, you're giving your power away. You're saying, my value depends on someone else's opinion of me, but the truth is your worth is non-negotiable. It doesn't fluctuate based on external circumstances. When a woman embraces her self-worth, she radiates confidence. This confidence isn't loud or boastful, it's quiet, steady, and unshakable. It's the kind of confidence that comes from knowing who you are and what you bring to the table. A woman with self-worth doesn't need to seek approval or chase after people to prove of her value. She already knows her value, and that knowledge allows her to move through the world with grace and assurance. She doesn't have to compete with others or compare herself because she understands that her journey is uniquely hers. Self-worth also sets the standard for how others treat you. People will often take cues from how you treat yourself. If you respect yourself, others will be more likely to respect you. If you set boundaries, those around you will recognize that you value your time, energy, and well-being. On the other hand, if you allow others to overstep your boundaries or treat you poorly, it sends a message that you don't value yourself, which can lead to a cycle of disrespect and mistreatment. When you prioritize your self-worth, you naturally attract people who align with your values and respect your boundaries. In relationships, the power of self-worth cannot be overstated. A woman who knows her worth doesn't settle for less than she deserves. She's not afraid to walk away from a situation that doesn't serve her because she understands that her happiness and well-being are more important than staying in a relationship out of fear or convenience. This doesn't mean she's uncompromising or unwilling to work through challenges. It means she recognizes the difference between a healthy partnership and a toxic one. She's willing to invest in a relationship that's built on mutual respect and support, but she won't compromise her values or self-respect for the sake of keeping someone else happy. Self-worth also empowers women to pursue their goals and dreams without apology. When you believe in your own value, you're less likely to hold yourself back out of fear or doubt. You're more willing to take risks, try new things, and step outside your comfort zone. You understand that failure doesn't define you, it's simply a part of growth. This mindset allows you to approach challenges with resilience and determination, knowing that your worth isn't tied to the outcome. Whether you succeed or stumble, your self-worth remains intact, giving you the courage to keep moving forward. A woman with self-worth is also deeply connected to her intuition. She trusts herself to make decisions that align with her values and desires. She doesn't second-guess her instincts or let others sway her from her path. This self-trust is a powerful force as it allows her to navigate life with clarity and purpose. When you trust yourself, you're less likely to seek external approval or let others dictate your choices. You become the author of your own story, creating a life that reflects your true self. Another aspect of self-worth is the ability to embrace imperfection. No one is perfect, and striving for perfection is not only unrealistic but also exhausting. A woman who values herself doesn't need to be perfect to feel worthy. She understands that her flaws and vulnerabilities are a part of what makes her human and relatable. Instead of hiding these aspects of herself, she embraces them, knowing that they add depth and authenticity to her character. This acceptance of imperfection creates a sense of inner peace and frees her from the pressure to constantly prove herself. Self-worth is also a protective shield against negativity and criticism. When you know your value, you're less affected by the opinions of others. Constructive feedback can help you grow, but unnecessary criticism or judgment doesn't shake your foundation. You're able to distinguish between feedback that's worth considering and negativity that's best ignored. This resilience allows you to maintain your sense of self even in challenging situations. Finally, self-worth inspires self-compassion. Women are often their own harshest critics, holding themselves to impossibly high standards and berating themselves for falling short. But self-worth reminds you that you're deserving of kindness and understanding, especially from yourself. It encourages you to treat yourself with the same care and compassion that you would offer to a loved one. This self-compassion creates a nurturing inner environment where you can grow and thrive without the weight of unnecessary self-criticism. Self-worth is not something you achieve once and for all. It's a journey, a practice that requires constant nurturing and reinforcement. It's about choosing every day to honor yourself, to respect your needs, and to prioritize your well-being. It's about recognizing that you are enough, just as you are, and living in alignment with that truth. Confidence and independence is a powerful and transformative trait that can shape a woman's life in profound ways. It's not just about being self-sufficient or financially stable. It's a mindset that influences how you carry yourself, make decisions, and interact with the world around you. Confidence and independence is the belief that you are capable of standing on your own, that your happiness and fulfillment do not hinge on external validation or reliance on others. It is the ultimate expression of strength, resilience, and self-assurance, and it's a trait that commands respect and admiration. At its essence, independence is about freedom, the freedom to choose, to act, and to live in alignment with your values and goals. When a woman embodies confidence in her independence, she doesn't wait for permission to pursue her dreams or make her voice heard. She takes ownership of her life, knowing that she has the power to shape her own destiny. This sense of empowerment is magnetic because it shows that she is in control of her own narrative. She's not defined by her relationships, her job, or the expectations of others. Instead, she defines herself, and that authenticity is inspiring to everyone around her. Confidence and independence is deeply rooted in self-trust. A woman who is confident in her independence trusts her ability to handle challenges, make decisions, and adapt to change. She doesn't rely on others to rescue her or solve her problems because she knows she's capable of finding solutions on her own. This doesn't mean she's closed off or unwilling to accept help when needed. Rather, it means she approaches life from a position of strength, not dependence. She seeks support out of choice, not necessity, and that distinction is powerful. Financial independence is one of the most tangible expressions of confidence and independence. When a woman is financially independent, she has the ability to make choices without being constrained by financial dependence on someone else. This freedom allows her to prioritize her goals, take risks, and create a life that reflects her aspirations. Financial independence isn't just about having money, it's about having control. It's about knowing that you can provide for yourself and that your well-being doesn't rely on anyone else's decisions or actions. This sense of security builds confidence and reinforces the belief that you are capable of standing on your own. Confidence and independence also manifests in the way a woman sets and maintains boundaries. When you know your worth and trust yourself, you're not afraid to say no to things that don't align with your values or priorities. You don't feel the need to please everyone or overextend yourself to gain approval. Instead, you focus on what truly matters to you and you protect your time, energy, and emotional well-being. This boundary setting is a form of self-respect, and it sends a clear message to others that you value yourself and your independence. One of the most significant aspects of confidence and independence is the ability to embrace solitude. Many people fear being alone because they equate it with loneliness or inadequacy. But a woman who is confident in her independence sees solitude as an opportunity for growth, reflection, and self-discovery. She doesn't need the constant presence of others to feel whole or validated. Instead, she finds strength in her own company and uses that time to nurture her passions, explore her interests, and deepen her understanding of herself. This self-reliance is incredibly attractive because it shows that she is comfortable in her own skin and doesn't rely on others to fill a void. Confidence and independence also cultivates resilience. Life is unpredictable and challenges are inevitable. But a woman who is confident in her independence knows that she has the strength and resourcefulness to face whatever comes her way. She doesn't crumble under pressure or let setbacks define her. Instead, she sees challenges as opportunities to grow and learn. This resilience not only helps her navigate difficult times, but also inspires those around her to approach their own struggles with courage and determination. Another hallmark of confidence and independence is the ability to celebrate your achievements without needing external validation. When you're independent, you don't need others to affirm your success or tell you that you're doing a good job. You recognize your own accomplishments and take pride in the effort and dedication that brought you there. This self-validation reinforces your confidence and allows you to continue pursuing your goals without being swayed by the opinions of others. Ultimately, confidence and independence is about living authentically and unapologetically. It's about embracing your unique strengths, pursuing your passions, and creating a life that reflects your true self. It's about recognizing that you are enough just as you are and that you have the power to shape your own path. This confidence is not only empowering but also deeply inspiring to those around you as it demonstrates what it means to live with purpose, resilience, and self-assurance. Detachment is a concept often misunderstood. Many people equate it with indifference, imagining it as a cold, unfeeling state where you are disconnected from others and disengaged from life. But detachment is far from indifference. It is, in fact, a powerful and intentional way of relating to the world. It's about maintaining your sense of self, your peace, and your boundaries while still engaging fully in life. Detachment is not about shutting others out or refusing to care. It's about finding balance and protecting your inner peace without losing your ability to connect meaningfully. At its heart, detachment is the art of letting go not of people or responsibilities, but of the need to control outcomes. It's about understanding that while you can influence situations, you can't dictate them. Life is full of uncertainty, and trying to control every detail only leads to frustration and anxiety. Detachment allows you to release that need for control, trusting that you have done your part and that the rest will unfold as it's meant to. This mindset doesn't mean you stop caring about the result. It means you stop obsessing over it, freeing yourself from unnecessary stress and disappointment. Detachment is also about emotional balance. It doesn't mean suppressing your feelings or pretending you don't care. Rather, it's about acknowledging your emotions without letting them consume you. When you're detached, you can experience joy, sadness, love, or frustration without becoming overwhelmed. You understand that emotions are temporary and that they don't define you. This emotional resilience allows you to navigate challenges with clarity and composure, making it easier to find solutions and move forward. In relationships, detachment plays a crucial role in maintaining healthy dynamics. It's not about being distant or aloof. It's about loving and supporting others without losing yourself in the process. Detachment allows you to care deeply while respecting your own needs and boundaries. It's the ability to be present and engage without becoming enmeshed or dependent. When you practice detachment, you can offer your love and support freely without expecting anything in return. This kind of unconditional care fosters stronger, more authentic connections because it's not rooted in neediness or control. Detachment also protects you from the emotional toll of external negativity. Life is full of situations and people that can drain your energy if you let them. Whether it's a toxic relationship, workplace drama, or societal pressures, detachment gives you the strength to step back and maintain your inner peace. It doesn't mean you ignore problems or avoid conflict. It means you choose not to let those things dictate your emotional state. You recognize that you can't control other people's actions or opinions, but you can control how you respond to them. This perspective allows you to approach challenges with a calm, grounded mindset rather than reacting impulsively or defensively. One of the most powerful aspects of detachment is the clarity it brings. When you're not consumed by emotional entanglements or the need for control, you can see situations more objectively. This clarity allows you to make better decisions, whether in your personal life, relationships, or career. Detachment helps you focus on what truly matters, filtering out distractions and noise. It enables you to prioritize your time and energy, directing them toward things that align with your values and goals. Detachment also fosters personal growth. When you're not attached to specific outcomes, you're more open to new experiences and opportunities. You're willing to take risks, try new things, and step out of your comfort zone because you're not paralyzed by fear of failure. Detachment teaches you to see challenges as opportunities for learning and growth rather than as threats to your sense of self-worth. This mindset encourages resilience, adaptability, and a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. Another important aspect of detachment is self-reliance. When you practice detachment, you develop a stronger sense of independence and self-trust. You're not looking to others to validate your worth or make you happy. You find those things within yourself. This self-reliance doesn't mean you shut people out or refuse help. It means you approach relationships and interactions from a place of wholeness rather than dependency. You're able to give and receive freely because you're not seeking to fill a void or meet an unmet need. Detachment also enhances your ability to be present. When you're not preoccupied with controlling outcomes or worrying about the future, you can fully engage in the moment. You can appreciate life's beauty, connect with others on a deeper level, and experience joy without the burden of expectations. This mindfulness allows you to savor the richness of life, even in its imperfections. It's important to note that detachment requires practice and self-awareness. It's not something you achieve overnight. It's a skill you develop over time. It involves recognizing your triggers, understanding your patterns of attachment, and consciously choosing to let go of what you can't control. Detachment is a daily practice of aligning your thoughts and actions with your values, even when it's challenging. Detachment also challenges the misconception that it's synonymous with apathy. Detachment is not about giving up or checking out. It's about showing up fully while maintaining your balance and integrity. It's about caring without clinging, giving without losing yourself, and loving without expecting something in return. It's a form of strength and wisdom that allows you to navigate life's complexities with grace and resilience. Ultimately, detachment is a form of freedom. It liberates you from the need to control, the fear of loss, and the pressure of external expectations. It empowers you to live authentically, to connect deeply, and to pursue your goals without being weighed down by unnecessary burdens. Detachment is not indifference. It's a profound expression of self-awareness, self-respect, and inner peace. Mystery and intrigue possess a timeless allure that captivates human attention and stirs the imagination. These elements have the power to spark curiosity, inspire fascination, and create an air of excitement that draws others in. Mystery is not about concealing truths or playing games. It's about leaving room for exploration, maintaining a sense of depth, and embodying a quiet confidence that invites others to learn more. For women, cultivating an aura of mystery and intrigue can be a form of self-expression, a way to protect their inner world, and a means to engage with others on their own terms. Mystery begins with the understanding that you don't need to reveal everything about yourself immediately or all at once. In a world that often values oversharing and instant gratification, mystery allows you to pace the flow of information, creating anticipation and excitement. It's not about being secretive or evasive, but about choosing when, where, and how to share parts of yourself. This approach respects the natural unfolding of connection, allowing relationships to develop organically rather than being rushed. When you hold back just a little, it encourages others to take the time to truly get to know you rather than making quick judgments or assumptions. An air of mystery also stems from self-awareness and intentionality. When you know yourself deeply, you can decide which aspects of your personality, experiences, and thoughts you want to share. This self-possession radiates confidence because it shows that you are in control of your narrative. You're not driven by the need to prove yourself or seek approval. Instead, you move through the world with quiet assurance, knowing that your value isn't dependent on others' perceptions. This kind of confidence is magnetic. It invites others to lean in and learn more without feeling forced or coerced. Intrigue is born from the ability to balance openness with discretion. It's about sharing enough to pique interest while maintaining a sense of depth that keeps people curious. For example, you might share a glimpse of your passions, goals, or experiences without giving away every detail. This approach invites meaningful conversation and discovery as others are drawn to uncover the layers of your story. Intrigue isn't about creating a false persona or withholding important truths. It's about embracing the complexity and richness of who you are and allowing others the privilege of discovering it over time. Mystery and intrigue are also rooted in emotional independence. When you don't rely on external validation or constantly seek attention, you create space for others to wonder about you. This doesn't mean withdrawing or playing hard to get. It means living a life so rich and fulfilling that you naturally become interesting to others. When you prioritize your passions, pursue your goals, and invest in your growth, you exude a sense of purpose and direction that captivates those around you. People are drawn to individuals who are fully engaged in their own lives, as it signals a sense of authenticity and depth. Another key aspect of mystery is unpredictability. Predictability can make relationships and interactions feel stagnant, while a touch of unpredictability keeps things fresh and exciting. This doesn't mean being inconsistent or unreliable. It's about surprising others in positive ways. Perhaps you share an unexpected talent, take an uncharacteristic approach to a challenge, or express an opinion that showcases a different side of your personality. These moments of unpredictability spark curiosity and remind others that there's always more to discover about you. Mystery is also about maintaining boundaries and protecting your inner world. Not everyone deserves access to the most intimate parts of who you are, and it's okay to be selective about what you share and with whom. This selectivity isn't about being guarded. It's about recognizing the value of your experiences, emotions, and thoughts. When you protect your inner world, you demonstrate self-respect and self-awareness, qualities that naturally draw others toward you. Boundaries don't push people away. They create a sense of safety and trust, allowing relationships to flourish in a healthy, balanced way. One of the most compelling aspects of mystery is its ability to inspire respect. When you don't lay everything bare, you signal that your time, energy, and attention are valuable. This sense of self-worth commands respect from those around you, as it shows that you don't feel the need to over-explain, overcompensate, or overextend yourself. You set the tone for how others should treat you, establishing a standard that encourages meaningful and respectful interactions. Intrigue is also about embracing the unexpected and being unafraid to stand out. When you live authentically and unapologetically, you naturally create intrigue because you're not confined by societal norms or expectations. Whether it's through your style, your ideas, or your actions, your individuality sets you apart and invites others to engage with you on a deeper level. Authenticity is the ultimate form of intrigue because it's rare and refreshing in a world that often rewards conformity. Ultimately, mystery and intrigue are not about manipulation or creating distance. They're about fostering connection and respect in a way that honors your individuality. They're about showing up fully in the world while maintaining the depth, complexity, and self-respect that make you uniquely you. Emotional control is a cornerstone of personal empowerment and one of the most transformative skills anyone can develop. It is not about suppressing emotions or pretending they don't exist. Instead, it's about mastering your responses to life's inevitable challenges and uncertainties. Emotional control allows you to navigate the highs and lows of life with resilience, clarity, and poise, turning even the most difficult situations into opportunities for growth. It's about taking ownership of your emotional state and refusing to be at the mercy of circumstances or other people's actions. At its core, emotional control starts with self-awareness. You can't manage what you don't recognize. So the first step is understanding your emotions, what triggers them, how they manifest, and how they influence your thoughts and actions. This level of awareness requires you to slow down and observe yourself honestly without judgment. It's not about labeling emotions as good or bad. It's about acknowledging them as natural and valid responses to your experiences. When you cultivate this awareness, you gain the ability to pause and reflect rather than react impulsively, giving you greater control over your emotional landscape. Emotional control also involves learning to separate your emotions from your identity. Feeling angry, sad, or anxious doesn't make you an angry, sad, or anxious person. Emotions are temporary states, not permanent traits. When you recognize this, you can distance yourself from the intensity of your feelings and view them as passing experiences rather than defining characteristics. This perspective allows you to respond to emotions with intention rather than letting them dictate your behavior. You become the driver of your actions, not a passenger being tossed around by emotional turbulence. Another key aspect of emotional control is regulating your response to external events. Life is unpredictable, and there will always be situations that test your patience, challenge your values, or provoke strong emotions. Emotional control doesn't mean you won't feel those emotions. It means you won't let them derail you. When faced with adversity or conflict, emotional control enables you to maintain your composure, think clearly, and act in alignment with your values. It's the difference between reacting in the heat of the moment and responding with thoughtfulness and maturity. Emotional control is particularly empowering in relationships. Human connections are often fraught with misunderstandings, disagreements, and unmet expectations, which can stir up intense emotions. Without emotional control, it's easy to let frustration, resentment, or insecurity take over, leading to arguments or passive-aggressive behavior. But when you practice emotional control, you create space to listen, empathize, and communicate effectively. You can express your feelings without being ruled by them, fostering healthier and more constructive interactions. This not only strengthens your relationships, but also builds your confidence in navigating complex social dynamics. One of the most profound benefits of emotional control is its ability to protect your inner peace. When you lack control over your emotions, you're vulnerable to being pulled into negativity, whether it's from external circumstances or other people. Emotional control acts as a shield, allowing you to maintain your equilibrium even in chaotic or challenging environments. It empowers you to choose how you respond rather than being swept away by the emotional energy around you. This doesn't mean you become numb or detached. It means you develop the strength to hold on to your calmness and clarity no matter what's happening externally. Emotional control is not about denying or suppressing emotions, it's about processing them in healthy and constructive ways. For example, when you feel anger, emotional control allows you to channel that energy into productive action rather than lashing out or holding on to grudges. When you feel sadness, it enables you to honor and express your feelings without letting them consume you. This balanced approach ensures that your emotions serve you rather than control you, enhancing both your emotional well-being and your ability to achieve your goals. Developing emotional control requires practice and patience. It's not something that happens overnight, especially if you've spent years reacting impulsively or being ruled by your emotions. It involves building new habits such as mindfulness, self-reflection, and emotional regulation techniques. Mindfulness, for instance, helps you stay present and observe your emotions without being overwhelmed by them. Journaling or talking with a trusted confidant can provide insight into your emotional patterns and help you identify areas for growth. Over time, these practices strengthen your emotional resilience and give you greater mastery over your responses. Another critical aspect of emotional control is learning to let go of what you can't control. Many emotional struggles stem from trying to change things that are beyond your influence, whether it's other people's behavior, past mistakes, or future uncertainties. Emotional control involves accepting these realities and focusing your energy on what you can change: your mindset, your actions, and your perspective. This shift in focus not only reduces stress and frustration, but also empowers you to take meaningful action where it matters most. Emotional control also strengthens your ability to persevere in the face of challenges. Life is full of setbacks and obstacles, and it's easy to feel defeated or overwhelmed when things don't go as planned. But emotional control helps you maintain a sense of perspective and resilience, enabling you to keep moving forward despite difficulties. It teaches you to see challenges as temporary and surmountable rather than as insurmountable roadblocks. This mindset fosters a sense of hope and determination, which are essential for achieving long-term success. Finally, emotional control enhances your capacity for empathy and compassion. When you're not consumed by your own emotional reactions, you have more room to understand and support others. This doesn't mean you take on their emotions as your own. It means you can hold space for their experiences while maintaining your own balance. This level of emotional maturity deepens your connections with others and strengthens your ability to lead, support, and inspire. In life, understanding the essence of detachment, self-worth, and emotional control is not about distancing yourself from others or denying your feelings, but about recognizing the immense power within you. A woman who knows her value, embraces independence, and masters her emotional responses becomes a force of nature, magnetic, unshakable, and deeply inspiring. These qualities create an undeniable allure, drawing people in not through games or pretense, but through authenticity, confidence, and inner peace. By embodying these principles, you not only command respect, but also cultivate meaningful connections built on mutual admiration and understanding.